Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft.
Yep. And I'm here too with Sapare, who's having fun with his cursor, I guess.
I was gonna say, I really like your screen.
Oh, okay. It is a rather nice screen.
I actually really like these.
Yeah.
The discussions I have.
Right. I would say I'd put it on the back of the box, but I imagine they already put a cool thing on the back of the box, so...
I might have put that or something of that in the back of the box. So I got Reno and Plant Movines.
Oh yeah, like you mentioned, there's Rainer without a suit. Being like,
So
I'm Jim Rainer.
40 something, it's difficult to see the numbers because of resolution. Probably something like 48 plus 3.
Yeah.
3 plus 3. The normal Mivine has 6 plus 3 and 0 plus 3.
John Rainer, Jim Rainer is OP. For some reason I want to keep calling him John Rainer. It's probably his long-lost brother. Huh?
And Starcraft 2 is gonna steal that from you. Sounds like a plot point I would totally use.
Probably. Honestly, I was thinking about Starcraft 3, yeah. Or did you say that? No, I think you said 2. I mean, 2, and maybe they still will, but I mean, you know, that's, the Terran campaign already happened.
That doesn't mean that they can't continuously focus on Terrans.
Oh yeah, they kind of do, don't they? Or whatever.
Yeah, but their obsession is Terrans. Which is why I said, like, Reno wasn't even the main character in this fucking game. Like, really. He was for the Terran campaign, and then he just kind of disappears for, like, a really long time, and then he shows up in, like, the last half of the game again.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. He's an important character, but he's not the main.
He's one of the main characters.
Yeah,
it just has multiple main characters, really.
Right.
It's kind of like if you said the main character of Game of Thrones. Like, they have important characters, but defining one main character is kind of impossible.
Right, exactly. And I assume it's the same thing with a lot of those things, like saying the main character of, well, Warcraft.
I haven't played enough Warcraft to really say it, so I've never finished him, but even then, you have the guy who turns into undead, but then I'm pretty sure he's not relevant, like, in the Orc campaign. He doesn't show up at the beginning, I know that much.
Right,
but I stopped at that point, so...
Yeah, I don't know. I unfortunately didn't get far enough in the Orc campaign to say for sure, but, yeah. It's funny, I think we stopped around the same points.
I stopped, I think I finished maybe the first mission of the Orc campaign.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, I think I got a little more where, you know, Orc campaign was where I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm feeling it. I don't know why.
Doors locked.
Oh no, you know what that means. You gotta find a key card.
No, it should be 20s. I was like the 10th of it. You rebel scum.
And then you just got him down.
This game is brutal as hell. You just do that, like, any civilian you meet, you just fucking gun down.
Wow, that is pretty brutal.
Believe it. I saw Zerg Confederate myself, but that was over a year ago. It's clear the Confederates have known of these creatures for some time. For all we know, they could be breeding the things. Be that as it may, our priority here is accessing the Confederate network. We'll deal with the Zerg another day.
But you able to read that?
Yeah, I was able to read that.
Okay, because it's kind of an important plot point.
I'm sure if I didn't manage to read it, it'd probably be fine too. But yeah.
Yep. Just, oh my god, the government knew about Zergs.
Oh my god. I was gonna say your face is an important plot point.
It is. Reno's face is an important plot point, look at him. He looks not at all like in Starcraft 2, which I can't blame him for, to be honest. Like that's one of those things, like some things I don't even blame him for. The fact that Reno looks very different, because I don't even know, Reno looks weird in this game. He looks like a Japanese guy, to be honest.
Yeah, like, I don't dislike the way that he looks in this game, but I actually have to agree. Like, if I was, and obviously the whole main character thing was still done, but if I was going to name someone a main character, I probably wouldn't make them look quite like that.
Yeah. Because I mean, no, it'd be. I mean, I get it, but it'd be a different Japanese kind of space being my character. He doesn't sound Japanese, he doesn't act Japanese, but to me, maybe just to me, but he looks like a Japanese samurai almost.
I actually, it's funny because before you mentioned it, I wasn't thinking that, but actually, when you mentioned it, I was like, actually, yeah, because before he looked weird to me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. But I think it does look like he's some kind of, like, Japanese something. I don't know why.
It's probably because his face is so dumb. That's my assumption.
Yes, I think so too. It's a face, and he has the facial hair, but he doesn't have a lot of facial hair, like, you know,
so he's bored, at least seemingly bored. Which is, like, again, like one of the Japanese, like, samurai kind of...
Samurai, yeah. Man, now I wish they had a bland samurai.
A bland samurai. A blind samurai trainer. Also, like, they just put all these fucking traps in here, like flamethrowers.
Yeah,
put them in there.
At least we didn't activate it ourselves. Prince Purse joke.
Yes. I'm sorry, I just accidentally told you teleporter. Teleporter. I don't know how they managed to get this teleporter in here.
I don't know.
It's pretty good It's pretty good technology.
It's pretty good technology. I like it. I don't know what I'd like a teleporter for. Maybe I'd like a teleporter to Canada. That'd be useful.
I'm imagining these guys being the Xenonauts.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say imagine me going and like stealing your mooses. Which I'd probably do.
I could, I don't want mooses.
Oh, but I thought you needed them for your nobility status.
Exactly, but that was a great Canadian revolution. And now instead of mooses we honor maple syrup. Now it's now for gallons of maple syrup.
Good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind when I make my way up.
If we ever keep the Canadian economy going somehow.
Yeah, gotta keep it going somehow. I don't know. Next thing you know, you guys will probably be trading like hockey players.
Probably trade hockey pucks.
Hockey pucks. Well, hockey pucks are manageable enough. It'll be like bottle caps and except it'll be a lot more ungainly, actually.
Like, I like just the way that I don't even have to tell the people, I just have to stand in there.
You just stand in there just like, all civilians must die.
I was so vain, I just was fucking out.
I'll exterminate.
We found the plans, man. And the transport's waiting when we come out.
I'm glad that this game doesn't make you walk all the way back.
Yeah, that's actually nice too. It's really cool when I always like when they don't waste your time like that. And I find that actually I find strategy games, I was gonna say they usually don't, but like sometimes they do. In the wake of the chaos resulting from the Zerg invasion, the Sons of Korhal escaped with the station's stolen data disk. Fleeing to the boredom colony of Antigia Prime Arctius group now plans its next crucial moves against the Confederacy. 13 hours after the evacuation of Marsara Protos, warships took up orbit around the colony and unleashed a massive planetary... I didn't read fast enough.
Planetary dig.
Hey, man.
Yes. Let me see if I can reset that.
You gonna reset it again for me? Okay.
Yeah, I can easily do it.
Which massive planetary bombardment. All life upon the surface was extinguished.
See?
Yay!
Oh, that's so nice.
So nice. I want to party with them.
They did kill the Zergs.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Headquarters just begun analysis of the discs. They expect to have them decoded shortly. I hope whatever's on those discs is worth it.
Receiving incoming transmission from Arcturus Minsk.
You and Captain Rayner have done well, Commander. I believe our efforts have weakened the Confederacy's grip on the fringe worlds. But our job out here isn't done yet. Lieutenant Kerrigan, my second in command, will elaborate.
I'll get straight to the point. Our sources tell us that Antigua Prime is ready to begin open revolt against the Confederacy. Unfortunately, the Confederates seem to be aware of this as well. They've stationed a large detachment of Alpha Squadron troops there under the command of General Duke.
It will be your job, Commander, to free this colony and show our good intent to the Antiguan people. Lieutenant Kerrigan will help you deal with Duke's officers. The rest of the Confederates are yours to deal with.
Da-dun! It's Kerrigan.
Yeah.
And now we will see the strongest love relationship ever seen in video games.
Strongest love. I can already tell how much your Asian Rainer wants to bang her.
Exactly. Like you're gonna be impressed by. Exactly. You will understand why in StarCraft 2 they keep hammering about this all day long.
Oh my god, I'm gonna know, and then I'm gonna be like,
I finished scouting out the area and you pig.
What? I haven't even said anything to you yet.
Yeah, but you were thinking it.
Oh, yeah. You're a telepath. Look, let's just get on with this, okay?
Right.
You can just see the love relationship.
I can just see the love. I can see the love so hard that it's funny. I actually thought that Sarah was a zombie when we first saw her, before they got into the conversation.
Wait, you thought what?
I thought she was a zombie. She's all green. I mean, I love green, but you know, this is green thing standing there.
Sense me even when I'm cloaked. We should take these out. Thinking the same thing.
Yep, she's a green zombie.
Yeah.
I mean, they
she
do
is-
have a love relationship, it just fits me because I mean, Vivi goes through the tank campaign pretty quickly, and it made me pretty obvious that it wasn't that a big a deal. I mean,
Right.
Considering that is literally all as StarCraft 2 is ever about.
Right. I see. I definitely see what you're saying. It's kind. It's one of those things. It's just not.
I mean, even time-wise, we are like halfway through the tank campaign. Only now she shows up.
Right.
Like StarCraft, just like StarCraft 2, like first mission, she's relevant, and she will never stop being relevant.
Right. Exactly.
It's not StarCraft. It's Sarah Kerrigan and Vayner want to bang.
it's StarCraft directed by Michael Bay.
Pretty much. It's
Oh,
Michael
God.
StarCraft.
God damn it, Michael Bay. At least it's not Michael Jackson's StarCraft. Actually, that would be better. I should have said that. I would much
Then
rather
it'd
watch.
actually be a zombie.
Yeah, I would much rather watch Michael Jackson's take on StarCraft than Michael Bay's take on StarCraft. It just occurred to me that that was a hint of actual
Yeah.
dialogue, I think.
Yeah, it's just a hint.
It'd be a pleasure.
There's like a cloaky bitch who's cloaky. But the thingies can see her cloakiness, and then she gets uncloaked.
Right. Because that'd be pretty OP if she could just cloak forever.
But yeah, actually she isn't. You can see the white number below her normal HP.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
how much energy she has left.
Right. So she can't cloak forever.
Yeah.
Because that'd also be pretty OP if you had a unit that, like,
Spoilers. Later in the game. Spoilers. There is a character in the game who actually has infinite cloak.
Oh, okay. So there's just this broken.
She's just known as a PS set infinite cloak character.
Oh,
But I mean, at least that infinite cloak character does not have any like special abilities like she does.
right.
So that character does have the strongest attack in the game, I think.
Yeah, I noticed that, like, Sarah actually
You
seems
actually
to
know
have-
him, he's Zara to it. Remember he shows up in StarCraft 2? Yeah, I think he's on StarCraft 2.
I
He's
think.
the Portos guy. He has a really strong melee attack.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, StarCraft 2 guys. Is he that guy we broke out of jail, but I don't think he existed in StarCraft 1?
No.
Oh.
No, it's a Portos guy.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy who slices things for like 150 damage or something.
Oh, that's pretty legit. Sounds like he sounds like
Considering that the Marine is like 40 HP.
Yeah. Wow. He's sure does do a lot of damage.
Yep.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so that guy who we free out of the jail prisons in Starcraft does even exist. I think you mentioned he did, but I forget.
Who's that guy?
I don't remember. He's just the Space Marine guy with the who's always smoking the cigar.
Yeah, he doesn't exist.
Yeah. Explain why you know who I was talking.
He's pretty much like Shining Armor. He's a relevant character who just isn't mentioned till each time he shows up. Oh yeah, that excuse ponies a lot more in it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, because Shining Armor is actually a pretty cool character.
I mean, that guy is a pretty cool character. It's just, right, here's the ponies. It's like at least it's not this game set up like ponies doesn't care that much about its story, to be honest.
Right. And I don't know. There's something more forgiving with that. And actually, that is true, though. I'll give you that. He's probably one of the most likable characters in StarCraft 2. Funny enough.
Yeah, and then we just fucking spoilers. They just fucking kill him. And I mean, I didn't even like him that much, but like I'm like, I don't know. I just we're gonna remember what StarCraft 2 was, but I don't get the line that they are walking. Like, let's make a game about Reyna. Let's make Reyna likable. And then completely fail at making Reyna likable because Reyna's a fucking asshat.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Reyna's the most self-centered douchebag ever. He like just like he literally like lets the whole universe. I mean, the only excuse is like, oh, he had to do it because he saw the future. God damn it. That's like if you had like Hitler. It's like Hitler saw that if he loses, if he doesn't like kill the Jews, the world will explode. So it's okay that he killed all the Jews.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I definitely see what you're saying. Like, you know, it is pretty dumb, and yeah, it's just generally not very sexy excuse. And then teleportation happened.
Yeah, she just wasn't a bit.
Oh, okay.
Business on this end, Commander. I think the Antigans are ready to back us up, too.
That's right. We've tolerated these Confederate goons long enough.
Base is
Pretty much those are always just triggers. Like they were terrible in that one mission, but they don't have to be terrible. It's just
Yeah, makes sense. Interesting.
fucking guy.
It's fucking
Took
over.
drugs and just put me on fire.
Who even does that? Who takes drugs and then puts people on fire?
I mean, my guys did last mission, but they are dead because for a reason we decided we couldn't defend them.
Yep.
That's why I don't take drugs.
Well, you killed all the Zergs though. Like
They got nuked. Remember?
Oh, they got nuked out.
Not wasting any time.
Never mind.
Now it restores the Confederate base. And this
not enough minerals.
is not actually my favorite unit, but it's one of my favorite voice actor. You can't see him, but he gives you a boner with his voice.
Does he now?
You know, he just has this like standing by. Like I can't even do it, but he has like a really confident swag voice.
I'm sure Sapare is just sprouting like a 20-foot long right now.
You mean a sandwich, right?
Huh?
You
Yeah, I mean a
20-foot
sandwich. I mean a
20-foot Subway sandwich.
20-foot $5 $75 off.
$75 off my $5 sandwich. Damn, I'm one sheep for.
You are. Man, you should do that though, Sapare. You should make flyers for yourself and be like, yo, I give you the sandwich for $20, and if you sign up right now, you get $75 off.
is it a 0 or is it negative? Do I have to pay the first?
That's a good question. Gotta figure it out. I didn't do that kind of math. I'm not a scientist.
Right, is a scientist.
She is a pretty good
She's
scientist.
a scientist of good pants, if you know what I mean.
I think she has a little bit more learning to do in that way, if you know what I mean.
Not enough minerals.
Nope, I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I guess you just gotta upgrade your buildings and build
What I always liked in this game is the fact that when you get buildings like this from a different like event or whatever, they still have the old colors.
Yeah.
Like I'm building red guys, but I have the
Right.
purple buildings. These
That,
guys are purple.
that actually is interesting because I haven't seen that very often. Like, well, like in that's something that in Age of Empires they don't do. The second you get units, they change to your color.
Yeah, and here I think like it's point like it's not even technically a positive thing. It's just because of how it is. I consider it a positive thing.
Right.
Because in all aspects it just would make it confusing. But here I don't know. It always gives it more. It almost feels like the base has an identity.
Right. I understand, and I mean it does look cool, and I assume that they make sure that it isn't ever a bad thing. Like, I assume you're not fighting purple dudes with purple dudes.
Nope.
Which, honestly, is why they do it in Age of Empires.
Because you
games
take
like
over, yeah.
Right. You can take over dudes, so you need that. And not only can that happen, but there's the occasion in the story mission, which actually is kind of funny. You'd think people would all, like, you know, if someone gave you dudes and then they turn against you, they'd take their dudes back, but they usually don't.
Huh.
Well, yeah, of course, if, except, I guess there's sometimes that they do, and of course, if they do, you know, then you kind of know who you're actually fighting. So they turn their color back again, but whatever. I remember that with one of the campaigns, someone gives you dudes, and they're like, go out and do this thing, and then they turn against you, and the dudes that who, you know, joined you on your quest stay on your side.
And then you rape them.
Yeah, and then you rape everybody.
And that's how it was made.
and that's how the real history was made, clearly.
Yes. Also, what I will say,
Mhm.
I love this. Like it's such a minor detail, but the different HP stuff. If you've seen it already.
Different HP stuff.
Like when the building is built, for example, like he's gonna build this building, and it starts with everything red, and then these are yellow now.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah,
it keeps changing the colors.
Right. I do like that. I did notice that.
And for example, if I have this guy attack this guy,
yeah.
like his body parts will start going down.
Right. So does that different body parts actually do anything?
No, it's just look.
Yeah, but
I mean, it took that out in Starcraft too. And I mean, it's different for different bases. Because the Zergs, their HP is kind of like what is like kind of like a heat scale kind of thing.
Right.
Where like they are very like yellow, but then they like become more and more blue the more damage they've taken.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
I
I
actually
mean,
look
it
forward
looks
to seeing
different for
different
bases.
bases. Yeah, that's cool. I really like that. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say, you heard it here first, kids. Joan of Arc, you raped everyone. True facts.
See, the Christians didn't care because they were sexist or anything. They just did it because she raped all the priests as a kid. The poor priest, they just couldn't handle it.
It's pretty good. She probably did. If she didn't rape the priest, she sure did punch him in the dick.
Probably. But I can't blame her.
I can't blame him either. Joan of Arc.
Probably did.
What a badass.
Well, she was kind of insane though. Let's not forget that part in all fairness.
But I'd put her on the back of the box, so I'd put her on the back of the Starcraft 2 box.
I guess the guys who made StarCraft 2 were just as insane as I was.
Exactly.
Like how keep insulting them. I know that like I'm like one of the very few people who doesn't like StarCraft 2. But whatever. You have a problem with it, take it up to me.
It's fine. It's
I
gonna
mean,
be.
StarCraft 2 isn't even the worst game ever.
Yeah.
But the expansion sucks. StarCraft 2 isn't the worst game ever, the expansion might be. At least campaigns wise. I don't know, I mean, I played this. StarCraft, the original StarCraft campaign is stupid, but I mean, I still played through it on the stream. So when I got into the expansion, like 3 missions in, I'm like, I can't stop yelling at stuff.
You can't handle. I couldn't handle it. It's pretty bad.
Just every single mission I had, like, this makes no sense. This makes no sense. This, like here, have I pointed out anything that hasn't made sense yet, like in its base concepts of what I'm doing?
Not so far.
The only one is the one where like I killed all the Zergs. Okay, that one didn't make sense, but that's because they didn't expect me to have like all these units.
Right. They didn't. I guess basically they didn't really build it for the possibility of going backwards. They're like, well, we're gonna play. We're expecting players of a base skill level of basically nothing to play this mission. So
Yeah.
we're not gonna instantly just rig them with Zergs. What kind of fucking sense does that make? Yeah. They don't StarCraft.
Like in all fairness, in StarCraft really do because they have difficulty selects. But actually, I prefer StarCraft ones no difficulty selects. Because I mean, I don't know, it works in this game.
Yeah, I actually like some games it works for, but I'm the kind of person I actually don't mind if there's not difficulty selects because then I never feel
like I'm missing out.
Right, exactly. I never feel like I'm playing the game on a difficulty it's not intended for if I'm playing harder. I never feel like I'm not being a good player if I'm playing on, like...
Yeah, so... I know, what was I gonna something we were saying?
I think we were insulting Starcraft 2, but I don't remember about what.
Oh yeah, because missions, like here, like there's nothing that has not make really sense.
Right.
Everything I do, like in the commission, like it ties back and makes sense. I mean, this game is really old, but even then, at least it tries to make everything make sense. Like right now, I went in here and took out the commander so that I would get the base. And they're like, oh my god, they're building a base to destroy this base because this base just revolted against the old base. I mean, they revolted against the other guys. And I'm doing this for the rebels because they're trying to take over the planet. Like this makes sense. It's not like, oh, the Protoss who are really fucking like self-sacrificial are totally gonna teleport this person onto their ship, totally ignoring the simple fact that it's obvious that she was like controlled by Zerg, but like they break every single rule of what the Protoss is all about for no reason.
Right. Oh well, at least it's not quite Ultima 9.
Probably, yeah. I mean, like, StarCraft is a perfectly functional game, StarCraft 2, but it's just a stupid game.
It's exactly.
And I mean, StarCraft 1 is a smart game, so it seems like an insight to the source material in it.
Right. I have to agree. StarCraft 2, I was there. StarCraft 2 is pretty dumb. I'm honestly surprised we made it through to the expansion. But
That's because the original campaign is at least... The original campaign is never insultingly dumb.
Yeah, actually that's true.
It's just, the original campaign is a Hollywood movie.
Right, the original campaign isn't insultingly dumb until you get to the end of it.
But yeah, okay, the ending is just retarded, but...
Right.
Like, mostly, my problem with the ending is just that... Like, I just don't get the whole, oh, he had to do it because that's what the future said. That part fucking pisses me off. Like, when has anyone ever gotten away with that? And they did. No one was like, like, public opinion were never like, the StarCraft 2, like, the whole explanation for StarCraft 2 was retarded. Like since when is the whole he saw the future, so he had to do it kind of logic?
Right, when was that okay? And I have to agree, I mean, honestly, there's a lot of games that go against that. I mean, like, it doesn't directly go against it. Honestly, but I'd say the Prince of Persia trilogy kind of went against that.
Well, yeah, I mean, you cannot change your
Destiny.
fate.
Yeah, you cannot change your fate, except you can.
I mean, at least you try, but he's just like, oh. But here's because it's like, that was us as a good thing to do, because she deserves to survive.
Right,
But
exactly.
it's like, no. You killed a perfectly nice guy who went to jail for you. Like, you killed a guy who is in all accounts a hero. For the sole reason because he wanted to bang a woman.
Yeah. Like
And
I
he was
said,
a hero of the story. And goddamn it.
StarCraft 2, directed by Michael Bay.
I think even... I would hope at least Michael Bay won't be stupid enough to make that story point.
Actually, you're right. I keep insulting Michael Bay, but I'm like, he's not that dumb. Michael Bay's stories are all about banging
Like, Michael
women.
Bay's stories are, like, stupid Hollywood-ish. Like,
Yeah,
there's a level of super dumb Hollywood, but I would have hoped at least that it isn't like he's so dumb that he wouldn't make his main character unlikable, I hope.
Right, exactly. That's actually a fair point. Like, I don't know that I've ever felt especially great about his main character, but it's not that his main character is unlikable, and it's that his main character is stale.
That his main character just kills like the most nice character in the whole story.
Right, exactly. He doesn't do that. It's like I said, it's literally Michael Bay's main character is, oh hey, it's a nice guy who likes the robots and is gonna bang the girl at the end of the movie. It's like, that's nice, Michael Bay.
Yes, and like it's like if in freaking Transformers, the main character ends up shooting
Optimus Prime.
Yeah, he just shoots Optimus Prime. Like, I'm sorry, boy, I had to do it. And then he bangs the woman. Then he bangs whoever the main villain is, but he had to actually save the main villain because he saw it in the future.
Man, that would
suck.
be weird. Man, people should get on that kind of, not directly that, but I want to see shipping between Megatron and,
Guy.
and that guy.
Who boy doesn't even have a name.
I don't even remember his name. I was just gonna call him by his actor name, Shia LaBeouf.
Yes. That's probably his name.
It's basically his name. It's basically Shia LaBeouf.
Maybe role he has ever played.
No offense to Shia LaBeouf, but he's one of those actors that every time I see him, I don't actually think, oh man, look, there's this character. I think, oh look, there's Shia LaBeouf.
I'm the lucky guy who just can't actually remember any faces of actors. So for me, I've not. And anyone is like, oh, all I could think of was that this actor. I'm like, I don't know any of these people. Like, even this Legolas, I'm like, I don't know who Legolas is.
I don't know, at least two Arnold Schwarzenegger, don't you?
But yeah, but I don't watch any movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger hasn't been a whole lot of anything recently, so I mean, that's fair.
Maybe I haven't watched anything a whole lot recently. Like the only thing I knew was that that one guy from Game of Thrones was Boromir. But that's only because I looked it up.
I was gonna say, a guy from Game of Thrones was talking about Arnold. Was Arnold Schwarzenegger? That sounds really weird, and I'd want to see that now. It's like this super serious setting, and all of a sudden Arnold stomps in, and he's like, and he's
you
like,
terminated, motherfucker. He just guns everyone down with machine guns.
I'm here to. Come on, he would have made a perfect like boss for those like ice monsters thing past the wall. Like, imagine.
Now I want the Freeze Man guy from the terrible
Batman.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the Iceman people.
That'd be pretty good. Freeze!
The guy who writes the bullshit literally just right now. He's just like, and then the guy from this movie shows up. He's just like not even trying to hide it.
That'd be pretty rad. I would read that book. I would
Be
put
the
that.
only book of this that I would read, but yes, I would read it.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Like, I just haven't seen Game of Thrones in like a good while.
So this is the next season started.
Oh.
I should
Yeah.
watch it at some point.
It's
I
one
mean,
of
Game
those,
of
it's
Thrones
one,
are not terrible.
yeah, it's one of those shows that I was actually gonna be like, no offense to Game of Thrones, and actually, from what I've seen, it's one of the most quality, like, medieval TV shows I've seen.
Like, it's not, it looks good, but I would say it's overhyped. It's not overhyped so much as it's overrated. Let's
Right.
say I still had more fun watching ponies. It's not because I can't take a serious thing, but it does the main crime. Its main crime is the fact that
Monotone.
it's and the wait, yeah, but mostly it's and the books. I haven't read the books, but simply from watching the show, I can tell you that the books kind of do what the Harry Potter thing, but like, why does it need to be dragged out over like fucking 6 books?
Right.
Like,
right.
Harry Potter did not need 6 books to do it. I mean, Tolkien did not need 6 books for the base Lord of the Rings story.
Right, right. I was gonna say Harry Potter, actually.
But yeah,
like
it's,
7
but
books.
yeah,
But
but
yeah,
it's like, it's neatly drawn out. It's like, oh, we have this big event that's gonna happen in like 3 seasons.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying, and like you said, even with the base material, it's like, that's 6 books, so you probably had, like, you know, 4 books before this big event happens, or 3 books for this huge, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because the books are seasons.
Right.
And I mean, like, they're in season 4, and I can tell you, spoilers, the Dragon Woman still has not arrived, even though in season 1 I was like, she's gonna arrive! It's like, damn, woman. Okay, actually, now they're on season 4. So yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty sure she's not gonna arrive in season 4. So, good luck, bitches.
Oh, have fun.
What is she doing?
She's coughing.
Let's like give a lot of like Sauron is gonna like invade, and like 4 books later he's like, oh, he's gonna invade. like, no, like after the second book he already attacks the coveted city of Gondor.
Yeah, that would be pretty fun though. Imagine, like, you know, if they're like, oh, Sauron's gonna invade, Sauron's gonna do a thing, and then Sauron finally gets here one, you know,
Actually, no,
just in time for Frodo to like drop the ring in the volcano, and Sauron's just like, fuck.
Yeah, but now that I think about it, it's Game of Thrones is running the same problem as that one show. What was it named? Everyone kind of likes it, but it's really silly. What was his name?
There's a lot of shows people like that kind of stuff.
I know, but one that stars a lot and is like, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z, okay. That's a show that I like that is pretty silly.
Yeah, I think it does that too from what I've understood. It's like, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen.
See, that explains it. It's the adult form of Dragon Ball Z. It's why it's so overhyped.
Exactly.
Because you can't like deny that hype. You gotta sit there and feel like, oh, it's gonna happen. You know how cool it's gonna be when Frieza fights Vegeta. Actually, that wasn't cool. When Frieza fights Goku.
But for example, but I mean, my other example would be if you even take it to ponies. There's like ponies, when they had like we don't, like with ponies they don't even have normally a thing where they like hype it up and then they don't do anything with it forever. Like, that's why like ponies where like they don't fucking waste your time like that.
Right.
But I mean the closest thing would be they bring up stuff like in the first season they bring up the Canterlot dance thing, whatever it was named. The best night ever. And then it actually happens in the same season, not like 4 seasons later.
Right. It happens in the same season, which I liked. And even then, like, it was a big important thing, but I guess the main thing was it wasn't well, it was
into your face.
It wasn't pushed into your face, and it was one of those events that's like, this event's a big deal, but it's not like a world-changing big deal. It's more like a big deal to the characters you're watching.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like,
you know,
like it'd be like if they had promised that Twilight becomes an Alicorn.
right?
And then like it doesn't happen forever, because it doesn't happen forever. But they never promised that, so it's not a problem.
Right, exactly. At most they imply it, and it's, you know...
Yeah. And I mean, I actually I stand correct on that, because I've read somewhere on EQD said by his sister that it was officially said by Lord Fawcett that was her plan all along for Twilight. So fuck anyone who argued with me on that. It was all along her plan for Twilight. And I
Right.
said that.
Yeah, I remember. Sapare long made me know because he was like, you know, there's some niggas who's like, this wasn't the plan. And
I was like, this was obvious from season 1.
right. Which I mean, I feel bad because I find it obvious, but when it happened, I didn't complain. Like I didn't take issue with it. Like, still, literally, my biggest complaint with that will always be that it wasn't a two-parter.
Yeah, I mean, like case very much. I wasn't even complaining about people complaining about the execution. I was just, someone was like, this came out of nowhere. I'm like, this was obvious. And then people were like, no, no one knew about this. So no one had even guessed it till the day that it came out. I'm like, no, I knew this was gonna happen sooner or later. Always. It's obvious. It's like if you say, it's like if in Pokemon you were like, oh, he's never gonna win his Pokemon medal or something. Which he never does, but that's because it's a stupid show. But it's like the thesis statement of the show is that he's going to.
Right. Well, actually, the thesis statement of the show is something that's even more not gonna happen, which is he's gonna catch all the Pokemon.
Yeah,
and they keep making. I think I'm not sure, but I think I literally remember hearing that they took that out of the theme song, because you know you can't catch them all. But you know, for the longest time, that was the idea of the show. Was, you know, it's just literally in the theme song multiple times. Gotta catch them all. You know, to catch them is my true test. No, it's like to train them is. I can't remember
that it wasn't even in the German version.
Yeah. Oh.
German Pokemon say, oh, Hitler mustaches.
German Pokemon sounds pretty great for some reason, but I imagine the voice acting was probably worse than it was in America.
I don't remember. I don't think I watched it really much.
I don't
didn't
know.
watch much. I mean, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh! For a bit.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh! The
I watched
best.
up to like season 2, which means not even that much to be honest.
Yeah.
It's
Which
1
is
year of Yu-Gi-Oh! Really just.
right. But
You
yeah,
done it? Yay!
I was the best. Victory! We did it.
You know, I will say this game actually really good for rambling over it.
It is really good. I'm glad that you're not upset that we're like really off topic.
Well, like, I mean, because it divides its mission and its story very well. So now we can get back to the story, but without having lost anything.
Exactly, I like it. Sexy. Oh wait, of course, I was gonna be silent. Well, of course, you got the results screen. You gotta see how much you keep their dicks in.
Yeah.
Did you punch their face in?
They had more resources.
I think you told me that they're literally always gonna have more resources.
They actually make more money, but they just, I think it's more because they have just a lot of gas, and you can't even mine that much gas.
Right.
Well, not as that fast, but yeah.
So they just get all the gas from the natural face. I don't know.
Confederate command ship now at 2 high orbit. Antigua's prime. You can talk. There's no talking.
Okay. We got it.
It's
It's
a really
another cutscene.
short cutscene.
It's a really short cutscene. It's
The
a really
cutscenes in this
epic
game are
cutscene.
ridiculous.
How
They're
ridiculous.
really stupid.
Really
They're not bad stupid, but it's obvious that they couldn't do much with the cutscenes, but for whatever reason they insisted they wanted to make cutscenes.
So they just like made these random cutscenes like that happen.
It ties in with the next mission, but this was literally of a cutscene. Like, did you really need to cutscene with this?
I don't think you did. But they sure had one. NORAD 2, Secret Staging Area, Antium Prime Colony.
It appears that the Confederates are in a state of panic about the Antiguan revolt. I'm picking up a high number of Confederate transmissions going back and forth between their outposts and their headquarters on Tarsonis. Most of the transmissions are heavily coded, but wait, here's something.
This is General Duke calling from Alpha Squadron flagship NORAD 2. We crash landed and are being hit hard by the Zerg. Request immediate backup from anyone receiving this signal. Repeat, this is a priority 1 distress call.
Zerg? Here? Serves him right. About time they got a taste of what it's like to be in there mixing it up.
Jim, I want you to move in and save that base.
I'm positive I didn't hear that right.
Arturus, have you lost your mind?
Listen, I know Duke's a cold-hearted bastard, but an entire colony shouldn't have to suffer for that. Besides, the Confederate general could prove to be a powerful ally. This is an opportunity we cannot miss.
I don't like this at all.
I'm not asking you to like it. I'm asking you to do it.
Yes, sir.
Great. Let's get this over with.
See, again, he seems, he's a charismatic character, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, his
yeah.
first thing was like, hey, not everyone should suffer under this one guy's thing. Like, rather than just being like, suck a dick and do it.
Yeah.
Well, even she, like, starts questioning him anyway. He's like, I'm not asking you to like it, I'm asking you to do it. Even that sounds fucking badass.
Right, right. I do like that. What was I gonna say? Gosh darn it. It was really... It was relevant to the thing. Okay, that's just... Yeah, that's the thing. They're bringing up... No, it's not about AIDS. I don't know why. I can't remember, actually. Jeez, whatever. So, yeah, apparently I want to... They want... Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, so is it implied that you're that person with all the tubes sticking out of your head?
No.
No? Okay.
You, have no...
You have
I
no...
wouldn't say you have a title. In these games you do have a title, because you wear that one guy. And like in all of the campaigns you have a title. So, like, you are a person, it's just that it never tells you who you are and you have no weird voice or anything.
Right, okay. But that makes sense, and that's interesting. Because I remember at one point he kind of did refer to the main character and a second character, and not really, but you know, Jim Raynor.
Jim Raynor, because you are a person in the game. It's just that you don't really have a face, I guess.
Interesting. Well, that's
But they took
actually...
that out in Starcraft 2, which makes no sense, because it's supposed to exist. But in Starcraft 2, I imagine just Jim Raynor kiss you after the first campaign. And then just takes your ship and like, it's like, I'm not like your commander.
He's like, fuck you. I don't need your commands, mom.
Yeah. Which is kind of sad, because I don't know. I mean, that one, again, that's one of the things I don't really blame it for, but it shows already a bit of like a lack of desire to solve this. Like, they vote themselves into a corner with this, out having, they vote you into this game, and the fact that you kind of like exist, but then they're like, we don't want that for Starcraft 2, how do we solve it? Let's just totally like retcon it.
Right.
This character never existed, even though technically he does in this universe.
Yeah. Which is actually something that's a shame that they did. Like, I guess I get it, but I actually think it's kind of cool. Because, I mean, that doesn't show up a lot in strategy games and whatnot, because usually you're not a character, because your position doesn't make that much sense if you think about it. But
yeah, but here it's like, well, I mean, you are technically overlooking this all, so in a way it makes sense. But there's a sci-fi aspects, you can argue it.
Yeah, the sci-fi aspects are actually what do it more so, because it's usually when it comes to fantasy games, it's like it's a little hard to explain away like this big guy in the sky telling everyone what to do. Like, I'm commanding this from where? But this game, we could directly easily say, well, we're commanding everyone via like intercom and we're overviewing this from space, you know.
Space. So normally what I like doing in this mission is just fucking glitch. Kind of trick it out by destroying one of the bunkers and building like a barracks and just building troops inside. Which is always a bit silly.
Sounds pretty legit. Sounds pretty OP.
It works pretty well.
Yeah. It sounds like a nice way to get the mission done a bit faster.
Yep. Oh yeah, I think I didn't patch the game.
How?
Oh, actually no, wait, the game must be patched. I'm pretty sure I downloaded it, so it was patched already. I think I might have actually patched it up, and that's why it confused me. Oh, I think it might just be in Starcraft 2, because I think in Starcraft 2 the refinery is 75.
Oh.
Here it is 100, so it's only off.
Right. Makes sense, because unfortunately I'm a little used to playing StarCraft 2.
Yep. And then, I mean, I've switched to Starcraft. I mean, I've played Starcraft 1 like a few months ago, so it gets confusing when you switch it over and over.
Right. But what you're saying, StarCraft 2, the quickening.
Whatever else it says, good lies. They also don't exist in the Starcraft 2.
Yeah, I don't think I remember them. They look pretty cool.
They look cool, they kind of suck.
Oh.
And they really suck, but they're one of the coolest units, which just suck at combat.
Yeah.
Honestly, they're really strong anti-air, but that's like, they probably have their place, like a pro could use them, because they're really strong anti-air.
Right.
But, I mean, I've never bothered using them for that, obviously.
Yeah.
Because they're like fucking mech workers, but the machine gun is like, I don't know, the machine gun just isn't very impressive.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. It's one of those things where it's like, they could have their place, but for someone like you, you'd prefer to build, you know,
Just
stuff that...
minions.
Right. Stuff like Reigns that has an overall, like, anything use.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
And
think
I mean,
there's...
I think also they might actually get pretty good if you give them like, if you upgrade them. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like, they have some stuff, because I think like just it's difficult to see, because for the screenshot, the minor thing he makes is bad, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a 1. So they actually have an armor, which doesn't sound like much, but armor is really not that common in the game.
Right.
So that is one usability of them.
Makes sense.
Like, you could get them to tank, like if you're good with micro, you could get them to tank units that do quite a lot of attacks in short period of time, so that one armor would stack up every single time he gets hit. Because it would decrease damage every time by 1.
Yeah, I understand. Zergs, which, I mean...
Zerglings, for example, yeah.
But Zerglings, yeah. Oh, the Zerglings. Who doesn't love Zerglings?
Probably the guy getting ripped apart by them.
I was gonna say Terrans probably don't like Zerglings. Pylons don't like Zerglings.
Pylons can't fight, so yes.
I guess that's why there's always additional pylons, because they're not very good at defending themselves.
Yep. Be epic if Pylon had a gun grid on him.
That'd be pretty epic. I'm kind of surprised the Protoss hasn't thought of that.
They'll do it in the expansion.
Do they?
In the next one, probably.
Oh, in the... you mean in StarCraft, so I thought you meant
Yeah.
the original StarCraft.
No. Getting
Zerglings. Freaking blue-ass Zerglings. Who do you think y'all are? Freaking... I don't know.
Racist.
It's fucking racist. Racist against blue people.
Wait, Zerglings?
Yeah. Zerglings racist against blue people.
But they're blue.
I know. They're trying to make you dislike blue things. It's like the
Dave.
blackface stereotype.
So, are the Zerglings
Not
deep?
enough minerals.
Zerglings are pretending to be deep.
Tieflings.
Dievlings. They sound horrifying. I don't want them.
You don't want any of the
I don't
Tieflings.
want any of the Dievlings. But anyways, so yeah, this is pretty legit. I like they do have I like that they have a much wider like variety, it feels like, in this one
Variety of what?
of units.
They probably don't have more units, but because of the fact that you go faster through the game, you get more units quicker.
Makes sense.
Because
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
guess-
instead of having like, because I mean, the other one has a tank campaign of 30.
Forces are under attack.
Right.
Like, the other one is 30, 10. This one has 10, but I mean, they've about the same amount of units, I guess.
Yeah, I understand. Because, yeah, the entire first, like, the entire original StarCraft 2 was just the Terran campaign because they're obsessed with Terrans.
Yep, and then Zergs.
And
No,
then
I don't blame them for having tried it really, but I mean, I can blame them in some ways, but I can't completely blame them for having tried it, but I don't think it really worked in my opinion. I think was no real, like having 30 of the same campaign, same factions gets kind of grindy.
Right.
I prefer the 10, 10, 10. I mean, here with the expansion, you have 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That's more than enough fucking missions. And yeah, that feels grindy.
Yeah, I understand completely. Like, having to play 30 missions as the same faction sounds pretty ridiculous, honestly. And, you know, where this one has, like you mentioned, 10, 10, 10, and even that does sound like a lot.
Like, I know that normally I stop by the time I reach, like, the first time I got far but stopped, I stopped at, like, 8 missions into the Zerg campaign. Because, I mean, the Zerg campaign actually does get a lot sluggisher than this.
Right. Makes sense. Okay, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Zerg campaign, little on the lopside. Maybe we'll need to do a little bit of extra ranting. Have some topics ready. Talk about how awesome Greenland's gonna be. We'll paint it green.
I want us to. Green Team promised me that we're gonna take Greenland over in the name of ponies. So I would solely support that. Imagine if you had like a pony-free nation.
I want that.
Oh, and ponies are allowed to enter. You just have to answer some simple like questions.
Are they simple questions like the Legend of Question sign-up questions?
What were those?
They were really simple stuff, like, you know, what color is Twilight Sparkle, or, you know, what's I don't know, what's Pinkie Pie's cutie mark, you know, simple stuff.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Or we could do something like, how many elements of magic are there?
I
Do
thought
you
you were
work
gonna
for Hasbro?
I thought you were going to go super complex. I thought you were gonna be like, how many pixels is there in Twilight's mane in the very first scene in the very first episode?
I could do that.
Who's
Who's best princess should be the question.
but that's such a hard question. They're all pretty good.
Exactly, and to be honest, you will not even be able to leave.
Wait, what does that imply? We're killing people now?
No, we're just detaining them into Iceland. You know, we gotta fight. He's like, hey, we gotta keep the good people in Greenland and then move everyone to Iceland. It's like, sir, isn't Iceland better? Shut up!
We're going to make Greenland better.
You figure out, like, we're gonna terraform the whole planet.
And terraform the entire planet.
Fuck this guy's fast. X.
He was probably pretty fast. I can't see him well. X. Is he eating your shit?
Right, there was the tongue ate me. I like the defensive towers in this game more than in Starcraft 2. It never really got explained why, but look at this. It's a fucking tongue. They changed it. This does not look like a tongue when I take text with.
It does look like a tongue. Honestly.
That is a tongue. That is a tongue.
It's a tongue.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, why in the most beautiful terms, though?
Because tentacles.
Tentacles.
They haven't, speaking of tentacles, if you don't mind me getting slightly off topic, but that is beautiful. Giant tongue monster. I love it.
It makes total sense for stuff fucked up like that. I mean, in Starcraft 2, they just are those weird, thingies. I mean, I don't know if you know what they are, but they're these weird, the crawler thingies that can move around.
Yeah.
They just have veilers of an identities and tongues.
They do. I have to agree. I do like how StarCraft 2 real like. I don't like StarCraft 2. I really like how StarCraft 1 seems to like everything really feels like it has an identity already I can tell, which is nice. It's a really important thing for a strategy game, and oftentimes I'd say something that doesn't always happen. Not to insult, like, I love Age of Empires, but I'll give this game over Age of Empires. Age of Empires, like a good player, knows the differences between all of the different all of the different people you can play as a casual player. I think. You ask me the difference between playing the Vikings and the whatever. I don't know. What's the difference between playing the Vikings and the Japanese? I'm sure it's something. Yes, I'm sure the ancient Japanese warriors had tentacles.
That's what they worshipped. It gave them superpowers.
Oh, that'd be pretty legit. No! Oh, not our mechs. Why do you guys have to... I see what you mean about them sucking.
The only thing they have is that they can be prepared on the battlefield.
Yeah.
But if you build another of them, you can push through the enemy.
Right.
I think most actually the problem is that they have a really slow fire rate. Because they actually have some really high damage rates. They have I think that's actually I think that's 12. They have 12 damage.
Yeah, I have 12
This
damage.
guy has 6, but I mean, like, if you have 2 of these guys, you do the same damage.
Right.
So yeah, he has armor, which is good.
Yeah, the armor is nice. So I see what you're saying. Your main guys obviously just they're shooting a lot. Like, look at how fast they tear apart these guys.
Well, actually, I was just saying another person, like, the way that like the shooting over layers actually looks really good in this game.
Yeah, it does.
Because like it seems very genuine about how it looks. That makes any sense. Like, it actually does look like multiple people shooting at it rather than just being
one
really looking weird.
Yeah. I don't remember if that was an issue in Starcraft 2 or not, but it's still.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's not an issue in Starcraft 2. I'm just saying that for a game it's just not
this time, yeah.
98 or 97 or something like that.
Yeah. It's definitely impressive for a game of its time.
And I will also say, sure, the graphics are old, but the game still looks. I mean, you always said, like, I mean, even with looks, everything, you can see what you're looking at.
Right.
And it has very strong art style, actually, in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually agree. It's long as just, I don't know, it's the case, it just looks good. It's eye catching, and it does what I'd say a lot of good, like a lot of better strategy games do, which was actually something Age of Empires did fine too, which is not only does the base of things kind of look striking, but like the colors, like, you know, the red on your guys is noticeable and adds an extra, like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man, these Zerg buildings are pretty metal, I gotta say.
See? You can feel the Zerg.
You can feel the pulsating tentacles. Damn it.
Damn these tongues.
Damn these tentacle songs. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask. Not particularly relevant, but so the My Little Ponies. I'm guessing since the last time I watched it, there haven't been any more tentacles.
No. They stopped doing a whole tentacle thing after the first bit of the season, I think.
That's unfortunate, I guess.
I think they had enough tentacles.
Yeah, I think finally someone noticed this, and they were like, you know, this is already a little bit different. Do you know how much porn you guys are promoting? The guys were like, but we want to see it though. And I'm still all the more glad for it. The Tassel Worm was pretty good. Tassel Worm was pretty good. Honestly, the only spice, the only tentacles I didn't really like were actually the beginning. And I didn't like them because in the episode, I was just like, they had spikes, something like that.
No, he races against Spike.
Races against Spike. Races against whoever you just did the Bandicam. Poor Bandicam.
It's
Poor
getting
people.
raped in this.
It's getting raped. You should.
It will never be the same.
Bandicam will never be the same. We're gonna have to message the people who made it and be like, we're sorry. Bandicam will never be the same. But we tried our best. Oh. We're gonna try our best to give Bandicam a good home.
Let's go Goliath is up.
Goliath it up.
But they actually do have the ability that they can shoot rifles.
Oh, wow, that's pretty bad.
I'm sure there's a good player who could use some shit. My see, they have these missiles which are pretty decent. Well, yeah, I think in this one they're not as good yet, but in the expansion they added and it has like you can get a range increase for it, and then it has a really fucking ridiculous range.
Yeah, and then when you start just launching missiles and everything. Because actually they weren't showing it earlier, but now they're showing. Actually, those missiles still do have, like, they might not have all the range, but they have some decent range.
Yeah, it's mostly because it's based on when you shoot them. Like, you can't escape them once they've been shot. You can't dodge them.
Oh man, that always make it sound pretty metal, Sapare. You can't escape it. You can't escape the freaking missiles. They're gonna get you.
Yeah, you can't flare them.
The Zergs don't have flares. Zergs just have suck.
That sounds pretty sexy.
Oh, Sapare, you just. That's fine, actually. I don't care. Take all your sexual innuendos and just launch your missiles. Actually, yeah, but I see what you mean. There's already, besides, of course, they're gonna have a lot of range. It's actually do decent damage.
I mean, because of Goliath costs about as much as one of those things did.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that 4 Goliaths could easily defeat 4 of those.
Right. It seemed likely. Considering, like, how easily 4 Goliaths raped one of them. And, I mean, obviously there's a much more difference, but yeah. It seemed like those things are just going down faster.
So now pretty much beating the mission, because nobody is supposed to go up there and fight your base through all that. But, whatever, I can just use the option to fly away, you know?
Yeah, I definitely see why you did that. That's pretty legit. Like a boss. I would put Sapare on the back of the box. I'd go back in time and put you on the back of the Starcraft 1 box.
You're weird. I don't think Starcraft 1 was ready for the Inquisition of ponies.
Probably not. But come on, imagine how badass you look on the back of the Starcraft 1 box wearing your, like, Scooter hats.
Scooter hat? I don't have a Scooter hat, I have a Bangladesh hat.
Oh. I don't know why they had a Scooter hat. I have a Scooter something.
I have a Scooter cosplay costume.
Scooter cosplay costume. Okay. So, you know what they say about Scooter cosplay costumes. It gets you all the bitches. No. I thought I got you all the bitches.
Pretty much mostly orange.
Oh, I thought you went up to the cosplay and was like, who wants to snuggle the orange filly?
Honestly, if I looked like an orange, if I actually looked anything fitting for a Skirtle cosplay, I'm pretty sure that would work.
Yeah, like, like, I'm sure it looks legit, but yeah, if you, like, actually looked like Scootle, I'm pretty sure if you went up and was like, so surrounding bitches was like, who wants to snuggle an orange filly, they'd probably go. I mean,
you would not.
Yeah,
that's and 2 dropships to the thing. I wish I could, like, I wish my battleship could, like, be placed on a bunch of these mechs and then drive it around while it shoots. Imagine that, as having the mechs carry the battleship.
That would be pretty hilarious and rad.
Yeah, that battleship, spoilers, is really OP.
I don't think that I don't know if that's spoilers or not.
Base is under
It
It
probably
is the
is
most
spoilers.
powerful unit up to like the final mission of the game.
Nice.
Because in the final mission of the game you get a more powerful hero unit, but up to that point I would say that is the most powerful hero unit.
Alright. And then battleships happen. But yeah.
I mean, it is a
even-
battleship.
Right. I mean, speaking of likable characters, even Battleship the dumb movie had probably more like you know, it didn't have any characters that did anything that incredibly dislikable though. They probably did dumb things, but I mean it was obviously
That movie had characters? Dude,
the movie had characters for some reason.
the movie existed.
The movie existed for some reason. I still don't get it. Like, freaking... I don't even know. I can't even blame Michael Bay because...
What's your angle here, Minsk?
Our angle? I'll give you an angle, you slimy Confederate piece of
Jim, enough. I'll handle this. The Confederacy has fallen apart, Duke. Its colonies are in open revolt. The Zerg are rampaging unchecked. What would have happened here today if we hadn't shown up?
Your point.
I'm giving you a choice. You can return to the Confederacy and lose, or you can join us and help save our entire race from being overrun by the Zerg. I don't think it's a difficult decision.
Join forces with you? I'm a general, for God's sake.
A general without an army. I'm offering you a position in my cabinet, not just some backwater post. Don't test my patience, Edmund.
All right, Minsk. You got a deal.
You've made the right choice, General Duke.
I can't believe you're really gonna trust this snake.
Don't worry, Jim. He's our snake now.
Again, what? Such a good line.
That's a pretty good line. Don't worry, Jim. He's our snake now.
Yep. Oh, I own 2 snakes.
That's pretty good. I wish I remember what I was saying.
Whatever it was it as awesome as having Edmund Duke on our side? He is the Duke.
He is the Kaiba Duke.
He's cool. But you can see why I like him. He's so
Yeah.
confident and badass.
Yeah.
He has not done anything useful.
I do see why you like him. I see what you mean about the villain. Like the guy who's obviously gonna be the bad guy is actually like still.
He's actually not obviously the bad guy at this point.
Yeah,
Like if you
actually.
didn't already know it, you wouldn't call it.
Yeah, actually, I think you're right. He's not, because it's kind of like that thing where it's like, well, all of the points he's made so far are even valid. Like, we kind of need to band together to fight the Zerg. We
Yeah,
don't.
like, he's a really charismatic guy, but in Starcraft 2 he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
Which is really offensive to the character, because he is kind of a genius in reality.
Right. But whatever, you can't. The trump card, secret staging area,
Another
and
mission that I can beat super fucking quickly.
Commander, our position has been discovered. As of 2 hours ago, a large Confederate strike force arrived on Antigua Prime and established a base camp within our defensive perimeter. Arcturus Minsk is calling a meeting.
Greetings. I know you're all concerned about the Confederate strike force. But first, we have a grave matter to discuss. It seems our data disks didn't hold weapon designs after all. Lieutenant Kerrigan will explain.
You all know that the Confederates run a program for psychically gifted humans, training them to be ghosts. Those running the program found that the Zerg are attuned to the psychic emanations of ghosts.
So the Zerg are here for you, darling? This keeps getting better and better.
Shut up. There's been a lot of secret Confederate research surrounding ghosts and the Zerg. What we stole was a small but critical piece of the puzzle. Designs for a transplanar psionic waveform emitter. The emitters broadcast the neural imprint of a ghost, but at a much greater magnitude. These things reach across worlds.
The Confederacy used these psi emitters to lure the Zerg into isolated containment areas. Your colony, Mars-Sara Commander, was one such location.
What are you saying?
I'm saying the Zerg are a secret weapon developed by the Confederacy. I'm saying we're all subjects of a Confederate weapons test. Just as they destroyed Korhal with nuclear weapons to establish dominance a generation ago, they would use the Zerg to put an end to their other rivals. Only this time there would be no outrage. Who could suspect the aliens were their creation? No, they'd be lauded as heroes for coming in and destroying the Zerg. It's time the Confederacy paid for its crimes. And I know just the way. Lieutenant Kerrigan is going to plant an emitter at the Confederate base camp. Commander, you will provide her with an escort. When the Zerg arrive, they'll break the blockade for us and we'll make our escape. Now, get moving.
Revelations.
Yeah.
Pretty decent pretty good twist. If it wasn't already known at this point, obviously.
Yeah.
I just don't think anyone deserves to have the Zerg unleashed on them.
I know you have personal feelings about this, but you can't let your past cloud your judgment. Carry out your orders, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir. Let's move.
Yep.
Yeah,
Huh?
there's no more words.
Yeah. Alright. So I was actually gonna say, because we stuff happened a little quicker than I expected. This game is fast. No, I don't know. What I was gonna say is actually parts.
Yeah, I can end the quad.
Okay.
So thanks all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Take care.